Your Twitch panels and your bio are incredibly important. They provide information to your audience, such as how to follow, subscribe, or how to donate. They can help you grow your social media, and they can even generate passive income and passive revenue for you while you're live. But most importantly, if they look bad, it makes you look bad. So let's upgrade your stream today. Let's upgrade those panels and give you a full makeover. Hey, I'm LJ with StreamScheme.com. I'm also a variety streamer over at twitch.tv/LJM_. There's a link to me and to StreamScheme.com in the description if you're interested. I get asked every single day, what do I put in my Twitch bio? I also get asked, how do I add panels and how do I use extensions properly? But the thing I get asked the most these days is, how do I add these little purple lines and make text bold and dot points? Don't worry, I'm going to be covering all of that today so that you can go from zero to hero with your Twitch panels. But first, you know what else is a hero? Own.tv. Not only do Own have a bunch of animated overlays and static overlays depending on how good your PC is, but every single overlay pack comes with panels that match it. But also later we're going to be looking at an extension that Own has created called the Animated Panels extension. With this you can add some production value, some flash, and some animation to your Twitch panels entirely for free. There is a link in the description to Own, so if you guys want to, feel free to head over there and grab yourself a whole set of panels or a full animated overlay, whatever you need. And by supporting them, you support us, which really helps us out, guys. There are also time codes down in the description, so feel free to skip ahead to whatever part of this video you want. Straight away, let's cover exactly what a Twitch bio is, exactly what a Twitch panel is, and how you can find them. So if you go to any Twitch channel, such as mine, which is linked in the description, click on the About section and scroll down, you will see the Twitch About page, as well as a whole heap of social media bars. Now, if we look below the About section, we'll find the Panels section, and you'll see that most streamers will fill this up with commonly asked questions and a whole heap of information that helps the viewer. Now, I'll cover exactly what you can add later in this video, but first, I want to throw it out there are other streamers though, and we're going to call these streamers Billy, because these streamers just chuck on a donation button and they'll call that a day. Don't be Billy, and I'll explain exactly why you should never be a Billy soon. But first, let's talk about adding our Twitch bio and our social media. Now, if we head back to our channel and we go to the About section again, there'll be this button right here. We're going to click on the Edit About and the links on your Twitch page. You'll be met with a preview of what you have and then options to add a bio that is under 300 characters and your display name. Below that are a series of social links you can add as well. You just write your social name, such as Twitter, and then you drop the link in and hit save. Let's talk about your bio though. What should we be writing in our About section? Now, we only have 300 characters, which means it's only a little bit bigger than a tweet. So we need to make this nice and snappy. Anyone who reads your bio should get an instant and fairly solid grasp of the type of creator you are just by reading it as well. For myself, I start by introducing myself and my experience. I do this because I do these types of YouTube videos, so it helps to establish I'm the same person from my channel. I make this very short, and then I use the rest of my bio to tell a short and embarrassing story from when I was a kid about how I stole my brother's Game Boy Color and wasted his Master Ball on a Dratini. My bio is relatable. It shows that I'm a gamer, and it shows that I'm not above poking fun of myself. Now, before I show you exactly what types of panels you can add to your stream, I have to cover a kind of awkward conversation. While I was researching for this video, I was clicking on a lot of community members from this channel. And while doing that, I found out there's a lot of you who have just copied and pasted my exact bio and then swapped LJ for your username, but kept the story about me and my brother. I don't really know how to feel about this, but I just want to throw it out there and give this advice. If you're trying to grow as a content creator, don't pretend to be someone else. Just be yourself. No one's going to watch you long term if you're just pretending to be someone else, because you can't capture the same style as them. So if you're one of the people who has my story in their bio, maybe consider removing it. Okay, let's add some panels to our stream and also cover why adding just this one big old donation button right there is such a massive mistake. If you go ahead and add a donation button and nothing else to your panels, just like Billy has here, and you get a potential viewer who wants to find out a bit more about you, maybe check out your Twitter, and they scroll on down and they see there's only a donation button, then honestly, you come across as greedy. You come across as only in this for the money. You're not even willing to write 300 characters to tell someone, hey, this is what I like and this is what I'm about. No, you're just there to say, hey, donate to my stream. It's not a good look. If we're going to add a panel, let's head to our About section and let's click on the Edit Panels button. This will open up your editing section where you can upload images and write out what goes beneath them. If you don't already have panels downloaded, then don't worry, there are thousands of different designs out there that you can grab. You can either buy them from Owned, like we said at the start of the video, you can grab some freebies from our website over at streamscheme.com, it's linked in the description, or you can grab the freebies from our Discord as well. But once you have them, what do we actually add to our panels? Well, the About Me section is probably the most common one that you would add as a streamer. For my About Me section, I added the same bio from earlier on, but I also expanded it to add a little more direction so people can find more information, such as where my schedule is and what my goals are as a streamer. Next up, you absolutely have to add a rules section. Now, I will be entirely honest with you guys. I will give you some advice that a much larger partner gave me. People like Billy don't read the rules you put in your bio or even your chat rules. No, they're not there so that people read them and know what not to do. They're there so that when Billy spams links or just generally spams and you ban him or warn him, he can't turn around and say, well, you don't have a rules section, so how am I supposed to know? I know it sounds depressing to have a bunch of rules written out that no one's going to follow, but they're not there to help people follow them. No, they're just there so you can point at them. Next up is an optional panel, but personally, I really like to add a subscribe panel. Now, this panel will cover everything that a viewer will get for subscribing, and I'll even turn the panel into a clickable button. If you add a link to the section that I show on screen right now, it means that when someone actually clicks on that image, it'll open up the link. It's a really good way to have extra little call to actions. If you're like me and you have custom alerts for certain bit amounts or donation amounts, or you have channel point commands or generally some fun chat commands, I really recommend adding a panel that lets people know exactly what all of those are. If you choose not to add it, well, you need to find another way to inform people and teach people about exactly what they can use to have fun on your stream. A frequently asked questions or FAQ section is good, but absolutely not mandatory. I use it to tell people when I reach affiliate, when I reach partner, and some of the games that I have played or will be playing soon, so that I don't constantly get asked, hey, what are you playing next? Or, hey, have you played this game? You'll absolutely want to add panels to pretty much all of your major social medias, such as Discord, Twitter, YouTube, or wherever else. And I absolutely recommend adding the link in so that these become clickable. It's very common knowledge you can click on these images for most people who are viewers of Twitch, and it really helps. Of course, you'll want to add a donation panel. No, you won't. Don't add a donation panel. If you really need to add one, add a tips panel. If you have tips, it is much easier to avoid people charging back against PayPal. And two, for the love of God, please make sure you set up a Streamlabs tips or Stream Elements tips system. Don't just attach a random PayPal to it. Also, if you do choose to use a PayPal, please set up a business PayPal so you can hide your full name, your date of birth, and everything else. Don't just add your personal one. It will dox you and you will give out all of your personal information. If you currently have your personal one connected, do a $1 test donation to yourself. You'll get a receipt sent to you and you'll be able to go, oh, my full name, date of birth, phone number, and email address is being sent out to every single donator. Finally, the last panel on mine, other than my extensions, is my specs. Now, the reason I have this is so I constantly get asked, and every streamer constantly gets asked, what equipment they are using. Now, I've set my specs up so that someone can click it. It'll take them to my Kitco, which gives out all of my equipment. And the best part is, these are all affiliate links, which means for no extra cost, I get a little bit of a payment whenever they buy something on Amazon. There is an extension which does something similar called Amazon Blacksmith, but at the end of the day, that doesn't work in every single country, and the Amazon Associates program is a bit weird with it. So I recommend instead set yourself up with an Amazon affiliate account and then create a bunch of links in your Kitco. It also just looks nicer and is easier to handle. A small bonus tip that I stumbled across as well is that in my About Me and my general panels are some spelling mistakes. Nothing massive, just some small ones like a forgotten word here, an apostrophe not put in. Just things that people notice and they come into chat and they go, just giving you a heads up, there's a small grammar error there. And the best part about this is I could fix them. But did you know if someone comes to your channel and they chat even once, they are much more likely to return and chat again. Even if it's a small spelling error, I'm willing to take that as a reason to get engagements. If you're looking for other ideas about what to add in your panels, of course, feel free to check out my bio or check out the Stream Scheme article linked in the description. I have to show you guys how to add all this custom bolding and all this formatting, as well as how to add extension panels. But first, I want to throw it out there, guys. If this video helps you out at all, consider subscribing to the channel. We have videos that come out weekly on everything you guys ask me about. And at the end of the day, it's free and you can unsubscribe later. So you want to make your panels and your text stand out with emphasis and formatting. It is so easy to do. You'll do this with a system called Markdown. This just means you add symbols in certain places to tell Twitch, hey, this text needs to be bold, italic, or embedded. For example, if we add 2 asterisks at the start of a sentence, write the sentence, and then add 2 asterisks and hit save, that sentence comes out in full bold. Now, if you actually click the edit panels button, you'll see that there is a guide for Markdown right there on every single panel. But nobody ever clicks this because why would you? I've included it in the description as well, so give that a click and let's look at the text emphasis, which is showing on screen right now as well. You can see that by adding a asterisk before and after a word, it'll become italic. As I said, 2 asterisks before and 2 asterisks after will be bold. Now, there are other things here as well, but I want to keep going. Let's check out the formatting rules. So if you were to add an arrow pointing to the right, it adds the purple line and pushes the text to the side. Further down the page, we have lists. Now, if I use the arrow to add the purple line, and then I use a dash to add a dot point in my lists, it comes out looking like this. And I know all this sounds daunting, and I know it all looks daunting, but there's the guide in the description, and if you just have a read and play around, you'll be fine, Billy. Okay, let's talk about adding extensions. Now, you can only have 3 panel extensions on your Twitch page, so it's important to pick wisely. Personally, I am using the Streamlabs leaderboard, the Streamlabs schedule, and the emote showcase. Now, the Streamlabs leaderboard is for tracking top emotes, top chatters, top gifts, and all sorts of other things. And then the emote showcase is to show everyone what BTTV, FrankerFaceZ, and subscriber emotes I have on my channel. And yes, before you ask, Billy, all of the Streamlabs extensions I show in this video will work for OBS because it doesn't matter. This is entirely just on Twitch. Streamlabs just are a brand who made the tool. Now, to add an extension, you're going to go to your creator dashboard and you're going to go to the extensions button in the bottom left of the list. Once you're in, you'll be able to search up whatever you want to use. For example, let's add our schedule. Search schedule, select Streamlabs stream schedule, and you'll click install in the top right and then select configure. You can actually select the days you are live, set the times and the time zone, then customize the extension color. You'll click save. Now go to the my extensions button and make sure the schedule is in the activated section and set to either panel 1, 2, or 3. As I said, you can only have 3 panel extensions active at a time. Personally, I would love to remove this schedule extension because at the end of the day, there's a really good one built into Twitch now. But people are still learning to check that. People are still learning to use that tool. So I'm still using this for now until I can completely change over. Now, you can also search up the other 2 extensions, such as the emote showcase, which I really recommend, and the Streamlabs leaderboard, or whatever leaderboard you want to use. But if you're looking to add a little production value and a little flash, then you can also search up owned and check out the owned animated extensions tab. It's free if you want to try it out, and it just looks really cool. Now, I have a massive bonus tip for this entire video, which I'm pretty sure a lot of you would never even suspect, but you absolutely should be checking out. And that is switching between light mode and dark mode on Twitch to make sure that your panels look good. Now, my panels don't actually look good on light mode, and I'm not going to change them so that they do, because I want people to come to my channel and say, hey, there's a weird effect on your panels, so I can make fun of them for using light mode. At the end of the day, you shouldn't be doing that. If you watched to now, make sure you comment down below. I'm not a Billy, and I'll probably believe you because you watched the whole video, so good on ya.